There are many recipes out there for chocolate chip cookies, and I want to show you the one I use. I've been using it for a long time, and it's by Olson. And once I find a good recipe, I don't ever change. It's really easy, and you can store it in the freezer, the cookie dough, for ages. So I like to make it ahead of time. I've got a large bowl here because I'm making a double batch today because I love to store lots and lots of cookies. So first up, we're going to cream the butter and sugar, and I've got here a half a cup of unsalted butter. It was at room temperature, and then I stuck it in the microwave for another 20 seconds just because I want to make my mixing a bit easier. And that goes in to the bowl. And now for your sugar. I've got here, if you're making a single batch, you'll need a half a cup of light brown sugar. I'm doing a double batch again. So what I like to do is I like to mix my light brown sugar with some dark brown because it just gives it a richer taste. You can't really spot the different colors, but definitely a dark brown and a light brown in there. And now you're going to add a half a cup of granulated or white sugar, or 100 grams. And now you're just going to mix all of this together until we have one consistency. Now we're going to add 1 teaspoon of vanilla extract. I'm using vanilla bean paste. 1 egg at room temperature. And then you're going to mix this all until it's fully combined, and that is your wet ingredients done. And that's what your wet ingredients looks like. I'm going to set this aside, and now we're going to do the dry ingredients in a separate bowl. And I've got my sifter ready. 1 1/4 cups of flour, 1 tablespoon of cornstarch, 1/2 teaspoon of salt. And then you're going to sift all of that into your bowl, and then you're going to mix it with a spoon, just so that your salt and all your other ingredients is fully dispersed with the flour. And then you add this to your wet ingredients and you mix it. I just want to show you what your dough will look like. It's a moist dough, but certainly not a batter. Now I've got here 1.5 cups of chocolate chips, or 240 grams. I have made these with white chocolate, with just normal chocolate, but this time I have got an array: white chocolate, that's the dark chocolate, normal chocolate, and then this is Reese's Buttons, which is like a peanut butter flavored chocolate chip. And you're just going to pour that in. And this time, if you've been using a machine mixer, don't use a machine mixer this time because it's going to break up your chocolate chips. Use your hand. And now you're just going to evenly distribute your chocolate chips with your dough. An optional thing that you can add is lightly toasted pecan nuts. I've got walnuts today, so I've lightly toasted about 100 grams of walnuts. And what I'll be doing is adding it to some of my cookies. Okay, so I feel like the cookies are pretty evenly distributed in my dough, and we are now going to chill this for an hour. Chilling it and with the addition of having cornstarch ensures that you have a crusty exterior and a nice gooey inside of the dough. So that's awesome. So we're going to just chill this quickly, and then about 10 minutes before your hour is up with the while you're chilling it, you're going to preheat your oven to 325 degrees Fahrenheit or 160 degrees Celsius. At about 45 minutes into your wait time with your cookie dough in the refrigerator, so 15 minutes before it needs to bake, you're going to turn your oven on at 325 degrees Fahrenheit or 160 degrees Celsius, and you're going to line your baking tray, isn't it? And I have done all that, and I've removed my cookie dough. It's really firm, which is what it's supposed to do. And now we need to shape. I'm just going to set this aside for a minute. And now we need to shape our cookie dough. And now we're going to use our trusty ice cream scoop to get even biscuits or cookies. So you just pile it in there like that. Remember, you can always have a smaller cookie or a bigger cookie, whatever you prefer. And literally, you just do that. Shape it into round balls. There you go. Look at the colors of the buttons though, aren't they cute? All right, well, I'm just going to keep shaping my cookies, and I will get back to you soon. If you have decided that you're going to use pecan nuts or walnuts as well into your lovely cookies today, I'm going to show you, I've just prepared a few. These are crumbled and they are lightly toasted. And what I'm going to do is I'm just going to pour it there and take some of my cookie dough and then mix it in. I'm doing this because someone in my family is allergic to nuts, and when
you can just throw me under the bus, it's fine.
Yes, it's very inconvenient, these people with allergies. But you can clearly see what has, which cookies have nuts in it and which don't. And I want to try the walnuts as well, so. And then you just keep shaping and keep going. Okay, I'm done rolling my little beautiful balls. And as you can see here, I have left some space. Anna Olson says about 3 inches between each. I feel like these are going to be quite large cookies, and I have made smaller ones and just reduced the cooking time. And the cooking time is 15 to 17 minutes, depending on how gooey you want them. These big ones I'm probably going to go for 15. I'll check them at 17 minutes and just see how they're doing. And now to show you how I store them. The great thing about this is that I can have fresh cookies anytime we want. You just pop it in the freezer like this, and when you're ready or when you feel like some cookies, you just let them thaw for 20 minutes, and then you repeat this process. It just goes onto a lined baking tray, and it goes into the oven, saying 325 at 17 minutes. So now we're going to bake them up, and also we've bought some store-bought cookies, which are the nicer chocolate chip cookies, and we're going to do a comparison for you. So there are different types of sizes of scoops. Big difference. And so I was wondering, like, okay, I do like huge cookies, but why are these so huge? My cookies normally turn out like this. But today they are slightly raised, and actually I don't mind them. They are brown on the bottom and then nice and gooey. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to break one open so you can see how beautifully soft that is in the middle, and definitely crunchy on the outside. And as promised, I want to show you the difference. We've purchased a Cadbury cookie. It says chocolate center, crunchy cookies with a chocolate center, and then this one is supposed to be a gourmet one, and it says 40% more chocolate chips. So first we'll do the Cadbury one, which looks like that. I'll show you the other side, and I won't show you a nutty one. I'll show you just a cookie without nuts. And there's such a huge difference between the two. And now to taste. Sorry, I shouldn't pull my face, but I haven't had store-bought cookies in ages, simply because this is my go-to. This is what I always bake, and I can't explain how much better these are. There's a synthetic taste to the Cadbury one. Now we'll try these with 40% more chocolate chips. I'm still eating my chocolate chips anyway. So here you go. These look, for me, these got a good color, but these look like they've got more chocolate. They do. It probably is 40% more than the normal Cadbury's. So we'll give it a try. They're soft. There's no crunchiness to it at all. You can see by the color. And I'm getting no melted chocolate, if you like. So there's no gooiness in the center, like what a cookie dough should have. Crunchiness on the outside, gooiness on the inside. And these, even though I went over the cook time because they were so big, you can see they've got a glisten in the middle, and definitely still some melted chocolate in there. You can see this is just falling apart. So I hope that was useful for you, and also to encourage you to take the time and make your own cookies. Just, you know, quadruple them, quadruple the recipe. I do that. I bake 4 times as much, and I just pop it in the freezer, and when we can have fresh cookies whenever we want. I hope you enjoyed this video, guys. Please do like my video and subscribe to my channel for many more recipes to come. See ya!